right, Bull Stream should be up and running here. We got about 20 seconds until the close, so you will hear the closing bell. Let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for May 6th, 2022. Q's down another 1.1%. SPY down about 0.5%. A little bit less bearish on the SPY. And IWM down 1.6. Coming into today, bearish on the Qs and SPY still. All right. And we really just had a bit of a narrow range today. A little bit of a bottoming tail there. We had such a bearish reversal off the hourly here from that FOMC day that it's gonna be really hard for us, I think, to really get bought here. Now, it could always happen, but kind of what I wanted to talk to you about today was just the temptation in these situations when you see the market going lower, or same thing when the market is moving up, to try and pick the bottom or pick the top or find, look at it, each bar, and say, okay, is this a reversal sign? Okay. Now, yesterday I was on the mic and I had, I think, 3 people say, okay, can I play the market long here? Okay. Right here, yesterday. Okay. Can I play it long? To try and kind of pick the bottom. And my response was that you may get a bounce, but it's not going to be, I don't expect it to be big. Okay, here it is. I think you may get back to the 20 MA, and that's it. Because it's such a bearish reversal of what we got. Okay, so you can see right here. Okay, now, if you want to look for reversal signs, you could always say, oh, well, that's a little bit of a bottoming tail, or we have support to the left, and that's why, we're going to bounce now, right? We're into the lows from yesterday, right? I think on the 15, you also have a little bit of a nicer pattern. Yeah, so here it is on the 15, right? People are saying, look at these equal lows here on this, right? Look at these bottoming tails, and then over the 15-minute, like play that long, right? So, reversal signs are something you can look for, but also need to be aware of in what context. If we had a gap down like this and we're in a power trend, you don't want to be looking to fade the power trend, right? And that's what that was yesterday. Okay. So the reason I bring that up is because I think the same temptation can be made when you look at the market sell-off that we've got, especially here on the weekly. Multiple red bars down here, okay? And then daily, has been down quite a bit, right? To try and say, okay, are we going to bounce? Maybe, since you look at this and it's a narrow body bar, is that a sign that the bearish selling from the previous day has subsided a little bit, right? So answer for me on all of this is that we are just still bearish, right? So today, to me, this narrow body bar, this nearly doji bar today, doesn't really make for much. It's a pretty neutral bar. So if this is kind of a little bit inconsequential, then that just means the bearish bias that we have already is going to remain in place. Now, we could bounce a little bit just because the weekly is down quite a few bars. That's the only chart that suggests we need a pause, that we need to rest, because daily is getting caught up here. Okay, monthly is just starting to break down here. As we said in the past couple months, the monthly was kind of the only time frame that was holding up, but it's also the slowest. So it is going to be the last one to turn the corner if the market changes directions. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that to your attention because I think that kind of temptation, especially when the market's moving a lot, is easy to get caught up with. Whether the market's moving up a lot and you're looking to pick the top, or moving down a lot and looking to pick the bottom, are you looking at really just a power trend? In which case, it's very hard to pick the top and the bottom in power trends. All right, but overall, hourly still in a downtrend. Okay, so going to be bearish for Monday. All right, we'll see if anything changes as we get to through the weekend here. All right, let's get into the plays from today. Now, the plays from today, I had a very much similar approach to yesterday, which is I kind of not even going to look at the longs that much. I'm just going to focus on the shorts because I'm bearish on the market. And I think that's kind of going to be the easier direction to play, kind of just have those tailwinds from the market. But to be honest about today, I was surprised. Like, a lot of the really good gap downs did not set up and did not go lower. So you can see, the market closed lower here. I mean, a lot of the favorite gaps, laser, they ended up being gapping down and getting bought. Big, not big, but decent sized green bar there. LESL, that's a big green bar, ended up being up 1.7% after gapping down and breaking the support. Vimeo was another one. Vimeo gapped down, got bought. We played this over here. This was a really nice trade. I remember when last time it gapped down underneath support. It was really, really nice. Here, gap down, got bought. Okay. And the good thing about this, what kind of, some days you're going to get a bunch of these and they don't work and then you get sucked. They didn't even set up. I think the Vimeo just got bought like right at the open. So I don't remember seeing an entry on these. They just got bought, which is really odd. You look at the markets down, FTDR, gapped up, gapped down, got bought. Now this big gap's a little bit too big, but still. We're in CFLT, kind of a narrow bar. So a lot of my favorite gaps initially just didn't set up. They either just went the other way or they just went sideways, did nothing. So my first play ended up being the space. Wasn't really that high on my list, but I'll show you the setup. Was right here. Just a base breakdown. Nice tight there. Base there, just a base breakdown. So this was good. Nice way to start things off. But I did keep half. And the half eventually trailed. And that was something I mentioned yesterday, is that in the market wrap, that things just like when the market rallies, a lot of things just rally with it. And that's normal, but for earnings season, that's not what we want, right? We want a quieter market, so it's, things are more on their own page. So you can see kind of where the rally started, right? Like go around like 950. And that's when Q's also got a very similar type of really strong rally. See that? 950 and rallied all the way back to go kind of unchanged on the day. So a lot of the shorts also got picked up as well, right? So gave some back on the space because of the move back up. That's fine. I think that was I like the entry, like the play. Just, things are just moving a lot with the market. There's a lot less things that are really just ignoring the market, which is what we really try to find each and every day. Dish was one that stayed pretty weak all day. This is really, really pretty. Okay, found this a little bit late though, so wasn't quite prepared for this one on the Dish. And then this I did find late. Now this I said I was not really that serious about playing anything long, and so surprisingly, this would have been really nice. This UNM has a nice base here that breaks out. A pullback right there is fine. I think we talked about, another pullback in here, which wouldn't have worked that much, but, this ended up being really nice. This is an additional gap that I found later, so it wasn't also on my initial list either for the pre-market. And then I also tried this NWSA, but didn't get filled. This would have been really, really nice. Really tight base right here. Just didn't get filled. Dropped right through my entry and my limit to get filled, and off it went. Got a pretty big bounce there just with the market and everything else. So we're seeing a lot of that. Market gets the bounce. Everything pretty much is going to participate, which, it is the case with most stocks and most days, but especially in earnings season and with good gaps, I do expect more of them to do their own thing and ignore the market. And so, but the last few days, just because the market volatility has been so high, I imagine today's, even though today from, looking at this, looks like a pretty quiet day from top to bottom here from the Qs. That's what, a $10 move? Yeah, it was a $10 move on the Qs there. So moving a lot. But that's fine. Just like I said yesterday, it's something we just have to deal with and kind of make the best of it. All right, so there are some opportunities, especially if you are the type to play like the reversal off the lows. You get a good climactic. I know some people played the Etsy this morning. You get a good climactic, then right here you can get the nice reversal as well. So that's kind of seems to be the environment that we're in. Okay, that how you can take advantage. Unfortunately, this isn't really my style. I like catching that initial move. I like playing with the trend. These kind of the reversals to pick the bottom. A climactic, of course, is different than just, playing a power trend and trying to pick the bottom, right? So this, you actually get acceleration and bars get bigger and then put in the bottom. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of some of those plays from today. And, market moving a lot, really interesting. There's just plenty to look at, plenty to consider. So I wouldn't be surprised if you traded all week, if you're pretty exhausted at this point. So make sure going into the weekend, get lots of rest, ready for another week. Next week, probably not as busy as this week, but we should still have lots of earnings, and we get CPI and PPI numbers next week. Okay, so look forward to that. All right, have a great weekend. I will talk to you on Monday.